Hey, I'm back. That was fun. I tried it for 2 seconds. Maybe I'll try that out with the team at a later time. It wasn't working here. It wasn't allowing me really to add anybody anyway. So sorry for this back and forth. We'll get back on it. Let me get those of you guys who are watching back here. Okay, Josh, who else? Denise. Okay. Might have forgotten somebody. Hey, let me know if you're here. I'm trying to find a Josh Strong. Okay, so back to the beginning. Hey guys, let me know if you're here. Okay, so we're talking about brand differentiators. Let's start this again. Whoosh, rewind. Brand differentiators is what makes the difference from somebody liking your offer and being interested, thinking it's a good thing, to then moving into a state of belief of, I must have this in order to grow my business. Hey Rachel, what's going on? Thanks for saying hi. Grow my business, move the needle forward, etc. So that's the biggest thing that brand differentiators do. Rachel, if you are joining in, I wasn't sure if you saw this random streak of going live, but we are offering to audit your specific brand and what your offer is to help you guys figure out what your brand differentiators are for just a couple people who are on here. So looking at that, people spend a lot of time on their offers, understanding their avatar, only to find when they take their offer and product to the marketplace, either that messaging isn't resonating, it's not hitting home with those people, it's not hitting home with who their ideal client avatars are. They're actually starting to wonder if it's an offer problem, an avatar problem, or a messaging problem. So this is a ton of what we deal with our clients, is that when you have that lack of clarity and you have confusion, what happens? You're just spinning and spinning and spinning. You're just going round and round and round. So it's your job as the offer creator extraordinaire of what is the differentiators, what's so unique about you, why should someone pay high ticket to work with you? And I want to define this as well. For me, high ticket starts at $6,000. I know at the very lowest I say $3,500, but that's not for a 3-month offer. To me, that's back to low ticket again. Like if you're going to do $3,500, it's got to be much shorter time frame. So high ticket in general to me starts at around $6,000. And so awesome. Josh got those down pat, I think. Okay. So Josh, do you want to get your brand differentiators worked on? If not, let me know. It's all good. So then I'll just kind of go on about it and bring up what I think are unique to how you can present those. So when you're talking about your brand differentiators, you want to approach your messaging with less is more kind of strategy. So what I see a lot of people kind of goofing up because they're super excited. Okay, awesome, Josh. So here's what you got to do. Josh, Rachel, if anybody else, whoever's here is watching, say hey. It's important for me this time to know who's watching, especially because I'm going to go through what your brand differentiators are. So Josh, give me an idea. Give me an idea of what your offer is. You don't have to tell me the price. You can just, if you want to, you can. I'll put it that way. And then tell me who you're targeting. Once you do that, I can start to ask more questions. So what's happening, back to the messaging piece. So people get really confused. They spend so much time enamored with what their offer is, how amazing it's going to be, how it's going to be so much fun, it's going to fulfill them. And then after that, they end up getting stuck because it's not hitting home with who the actual avatar is. Yeah, Denise, you're in. Let's go, girl. Drop me what, same thing I asked Josh, drop me what your offer is, price point and timeline if you're comfortable with that, and then who are you targeting, because that's a good place for me to start. Especially if I've already had clients who are in your niche, it's way easier. So, yeah, cool. I think there's also a little bit of a lag. All the things. It's Friday. It's the Friday before Valentine's Day. It's good. It's a good day. Okay, so back to that piece of it, looking at the messaging, less is more. Yeah, Rachel, go for it, girl. I'll have you three come on. So my entire goal was to have 2 or 3 people. Yeah, I wanted to have 2 or 3 people. We'll do a better job of it when we do it in the future. We'll post like ahead of time. I think we did, Melissa on our team posted, but I think most people just ended up missing it. It just depends on the algorithm. So, okay, so Josh, I got Josh's first. I'll just go in order of when I get the stuff. I help executives, real estate dudes. I love that, real estate dudes. Finance guys with their golf scores so they can look great in front of their colleagues. Okay, what differentiates me is that they get unlimited instruction from me for 3 months, and they get to work with someone that's actually shooting lower scores, unlike most golf instructors who pretend they play great golf. Okay, awesome. First of all, that's a really unique offer. Josh, that's really cool. So my first question is, are you all digital or are you in person teaching them that piece? Second question for you, Josh, is have you already sold this before? And if so, give me a range of like, I've sold this 5 times, I've sold this 10 times, or is it a brand new offer? That makes a difference. So while I'm waiting on that, Rachel and Denise, start throwing your stuff into the comments so I can ask you guys those kind of follow-up questions. I offer graduation rounds at the end. In person. Okay, cool. What city are you in, Josh? I'm just getting my first SS. Okay, so here's the thing, Josh, is the offer has not been validated yet. So when an offer is validated, it's not the very first time you sell it. It's about 3 to 5 times of you selling this is what's going to cement the offer. So for you right now, the stage that you're in Berkeley, California, cool. Just starting out and beginning to feel comfortable making content, 100%. Okay, so for you as a brand differentiator, this is so super unique. I would be, if I were you in terms of brand differentiator, I would be going to the events where those people go to. Like, you have an in-person market, so you need to be going in person to go see them. So real estate events, like they have entire, like depending on what type of real estate, if I were you, I'd be hitting up the commercial guys because they just make more money, to be honest with you. So commercial real estate is like a place I used to play. And they have really big organizations. So CORE is one of them, CORE. And the other one is, it starts with an N, NIOP, NAOIP. Here, I'll write these down, CORE and NIOP. To the golf tournaments and networking events at golf courses, exactly. So Josh, that's what I'm saying. That is the normal way to look at it, is find the people at the golf course. I'm saying go find the people in their events. So this is more of a strategy, but it is a way to differentiate yourself because everyone who's at the golf tournament is already golf oriented and there's going to be other people there. There's going to be other golf instructional people who's there. Does that make sense? So you want to go where these people, where it's their stomping grounds. That's what I would say is a differentiator for you. And beyond that, 25 second delay. I can tell that. Hey, Melissa, 25, not 25. Yeah, so that's your differentiator, is you've got to get there in front of them in person, in their arena, and then you're bringing them back. And beyond that, your offer already is so differentiated. What you're going to have to work on to pinpoint is what is their return on their investment. Like the concept of looking great in front of colleagues, you've got to quantify that. So if you're talking to executives and real estate dudes, finance guys, these 3 tier of people work all around numbers. So whether it's a cost of an action or it is a return on their investment, it can't just be something emotive. Right now, you're not speaking their language. Like, it's fun, it seems cool, but people don't pay $6,000 because it seems fun. Not guys who are executives, real estate people, finance people. Got to be able to talk to numbers. So that's what I would say for you as brand differentiator. Let me know if that made sense. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, I'm on to you, Rachel. You are next. I'm a brand strategist too. What's up? I thought so. I remember seeing you like when you first came in the group. Currently, I'm helping coaches, consultants, and course creators craft highly magnetic brands to attract their perfect people and make selling their programs a breeze. Okay, so that's a lot of different people, and 2, that's a lot of things to promise too. You're going to do the magnetic brands, you're going to attract their perfect people, and you're going to help sell their program. So I got to get a little bit more info from you on, instead of the whole triage of coaches, consultants, course creators, who are you selling the most to, and what is your audience when you're doing their review at the end of the day, when you're finishing up with clients, what are they saying that they think is awesome about what you specifically do? This would probably have helped if I had seen any of your work too, to give you a little bit more insight into what that looks like, but let's start there. And if you do all 3, that's fine. I just want to point that out. I started out with a case study offer for only, gotcha. I was getting no pushback on pricing, so that told me I had to raise my prices. But another thing is I've sold 5 of those offers, and more than half are e-com. Okay. My first differentiator is me, because but Rachel, like that's something people say to make you feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's like something that's like a pump up. Like, you're unique. Like, of course you are, but so is everyone else. So it's not as like, how can I put this? It's true, and it's also not going to help in this regard of brand differentiator. So imagine you're getting on a call with me, just pretend I'm not a brand strategist, and you're like, hey, Bijal, you should book with me because I'm Rachel, and I'm the only Rachel Alponte that exists out there who's like me. Okay, cool. So you're telling me I'm supposed to drop 5K on you because you're Rachel and you're special and I like your personality? Like, no, that doesn't do it. You can use that as it comes to branding. You can use it as it comes to that, like branding a person, telling their story. That's all beautiful. But I'm talking about brand differentiator as in, what about your offer makes you the top dog? Why should I go with you? You know what I mean? So I know there's something else there. So I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, got to look at it from a different. Next is that I'm also a graphic designer. So I also provide brand identity as well. Third differentiator is I don't stop until they're happy with their brand. Ooh, girlfriend, you and me might just need to talk. Because I think you're wanting to build a business like I've built. You can't be doing number 3. You're going to die. You're just going to be like working all the time. Like, people not being happy with their brands a lot of times comes down to them not being happy with themselves. So don't be like going into the negative because you're a designer. So, okay, give me some more. Okay, so tell me, positioning statement means that the brand sells the program for them. Okay. Positioning statement. Okay, so here's what I think so far is, 1, I can sense that you're learning, and that's awesome. So Rachel, I started up my branding part of this business in May of 2020, and I did a lot of these same things. And so now, okay, you're hilarious. I did a lot of these same things. I was like, I just have to keep going until the client is happy. And I was charging ridiculously low things. And then I was actually coaching them on all the things. coaching on mindset, coaching on organic messaging. Then I was helping people with sales, and yet my pricing was a brand strategy pricing. So that was DUMB. Super dumb. Like, whoever those clients are, if you guys are watching, because a lot of them are my friends, they're in this group, y'all totally got a hell of a deal. I don't charge that anymore. So, okay, if it's these people, if it's e-com people are at completely different levels depending on if they're new or if they're established. So if they are making less than 100K a month in sales, you have to approach those people completely differently, because they are actually a little bit obsessive of their brand because they don't actually have any sales. So they believe to be that branding is going to take them into like the $1 million product a month category. So if I were you, talk to me because I have a sales call this afternoon. So if I were you, I would bucket those people completely differently. And if they're making less than 10K of sales a month, you're going to have to come out and be really clear with them that this branding is going to be very nice foundationally for their product, because they are an e-com. They have to have a brand from the get-go, but be really clear with them that the results require them to have their Shopify site working, have their SEO going, have any kind of affiliate marketing, wholesalers, their manufacturing, their product pricing. Like, they have to understand their customers, their reviews, and then they need to be driving traffic to those Shopify sites. E-com is a whole different bag, different animal. I haven't actually touched it yet. I'm not even sure if I'm going to actually. They might not be on my list. So you need to figure out. So there is Rachel, who is going to help strategize them on their brand, is going to create a logo, a graphic, etc. For products, that means that it's a lot more work. There's a ton of different products. So if you can somehow talk to them about how you're an e-com expert, if that's the direction you want to go, that's what I would see as being a differentiator. So when you said all of those things, it's too broad. It's like suddenly now we have course people. So course people work completely differently. E-com and courses are not sold the same way. So don't get yourself stuck in this like newbie, like I'm going to sell everyone to everything. So that's, I think, one thing you need to decide, and then you take a stance on why that's important. So I was just talking to somebody yesterday, still not sure if I want to go with e-com. Okay. What else do your clients say? What do they love about working with you? I don't know if I saw that come through. Hold on. Oh, I'll go back to Josh for a second, then you say. So instead of self-reporting, what do the clients say about you, Rachel? That's what I want to know, and then I can expound. All right, Josh, thank you, Beechel. No problem, man. I hope that was helpful to answer your question. The return on investment is great golf for life because my skills are highly transferable, and a referral program at 20% for each converted lead. Okay. That's a good thing. What would I do with you? I think I would go into further. I would quantify, like, I would give them examples like, hey, if you're playing golf and you're normally, and you know what, I'm being totally honest, I don't know crap about golf, Josh. I know just enough, so these numbers might be horrible, or they don't make sense. But if they're at like par 2, and if you get them down to par 1, and you gave them a statistic of like, okay, so if they're at that level, they're in the top 5% of male golf players, I'd want to know crap like that. So what you have to imagine is that this quote-unquote improved golf skills is going to up their networking game. That's what it is. Like, if I was a dude who played golf in those kind of sectors, which, by the way, don't forget physicians. I don't know why physicians aren't listed on there. They are some of the biggest golf networking players out there. So, and they have money, right? So if you were doing that and using it as a different way to network, you'd have to show me that if I'm in top 5% of golf players, people who I want to talk to will want to play with me because they're going to be adapting and looking at my golf game, and maybe I can even teach them some things, etc. So everyone wants to be surrounded by the winner. So that might be like attraction marketing, quite literally. And bros in these kind of fields, especially real estate, I think, executives, not as much. They're not as openly competitive. And then finance guys, a lot of them will not talk about what they're doing numbers wise in their actual company because they have so many regulations on them. They just like are tight-lipped. But your real estate market throws around numbers all the time. They're very competitive bunch. So you can talk about how using this as a networking tool to leverage that conversation, that messaging, getting people surrounded to them, etc. You can even give them a script of how to talk about their golf game and invite people out. So I think what I'd want to know is like at what level are these different percentages of players at? And even I would break it down niche specific to be like, hey, I've got data on the, like if you're in finance, like who's their target market? Who are they looking for? If you're in real estate, depends on the type of real estate. So if you start helping them understand how they can use this golf game that they're getting better at to attract more of their own clientele, that's when you're talking. That's what's attractive. So I think just building on that more. Let me know if that hit home, Josh. Cool. All right. Rachel. Wait, let me finish up, Josh. I want to help PGA golf instructors get financially free. Oh man, are we on to golf instructors now? Okay. I don't, is it all of these people? Is that what we're talking about? Cool. That's a different audience, by the way. Your PGA golf instructor, that's a whole different audience. So I'm not like a huge fan of like the riches and niches thing. It is though, like when you're talking about what you're doing here, you've got to know each niche so you don't look like you're just standing around as like the golf dude. You know what I mean? You want to speak their language. Yeah. Everybody, like Josh, even I used to work with a ton of executives and they were mostly dudes because that's the way of the world. At least it was. I'm planning on changing that, by the way. World domination has already ensued for me. So those dudes, executive people, are always trying to climb the corporate ladder. The way to do that is by becoming friends with the guys who make decisions. The only way they get invited to play a golf game is by having very impressive statistics. That's the only way you get invited, or they freaking love you or your personality and whatever. So let's assume personality is decent, but nothing to like make somebody jump out and be like, give this guy attention. So he's got to be able to, what I call the hashtag humble flex. He's got to be able to humble flex what his golf score is. To get invited to get on the radar of those guys. But don't get it twisted. Executives are always golfing, even with competitors. So I'm down here in Houston, Texas, the land of oil and gas and energy. Those people, which are mostly dudes, again, it's changing, make a crapola of money. And so there's so much upward mobility on that ladder, but they have to know you. And I mean, it's not even that different on the online world. So if people don't KLT you, if they don't know, like, and trust you, you're not going to get their business anyway. So, okay. All right, back to Rachel. Thanks for waiting, Rachel. And Denise, if you're still here, please let me know what your offer is. And if any of these questions already apply. If you're still here, hop in. Or we'll wrap it up here with Rachel. Rachel, I'm finding you. Okay, I have a coach who I branded and he went from making $20K per month to $15K per week. He attributes that to his new brand. He was an ideal client because he's an action taker too. Okay, that's awesome. So you need to like 100%, you need to flex then revenue generation. as something that you do that's quantifiable. So if that has not already turned into a post, even if it's one guy that you did it with, I would mention that on every sales call I'm in. And the other thing I want you to think about, Rachel, if you made that guy that much money, what in the world are you charging right now? You gotta self-evaluate. I still have to hear from another coach I branded last month. I'm working on my 2 one who's making soaps, skincare, one who's an embroiderer. Okay, got it. All over the place. Okay, cool. Got it. You're just like feeling it out. You'll start to see you'll start to get a sense of who you like. But dude, that case study of you generating money and revenue, I flex that all the time. I call it a humble flex. But if I am responsible for making people money, you better believe I'm going to talk about it. I do talk about it. I then, even if they give me a compliment on our call, I'll be like, can you please write that out into an actual messenger, and then I will go share that win. So I think you're right at the beginning of what you're doing here. And so you're in the midst of figuring it out of what makes you differentiated, because a part of what makes you differentiated is going to be going to lie in what you actually like to do. And you're a little bit in that discovery stage, if that makes sense. You're still pretty early on. So, all right. I think we lost Denise probably because she was hanging out for a second. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. Let me know, guys, Rachel and Josh, like what did this help with? Like, what are you rethinking now? I totally want to understand, like, hey, we did this. Would have been so much easier if I could have brought you on camera. All good, though. We figured it out. We made it work. But tell me what your biggest takeaway is, and what is an action you're going to take from learning this now. So I'm super into accountability. So I don't like preaching for no reason. I like to, and this is how I treat my coaches as well. So if my coach tells me something and tells me what to do, this is all I do. I turn around and I go do it. I don't journal about it. I don't wait and think about it. I don't hope and see. I don't like worry, what if it doesn't work? I don't like, oh crap, how am I going to pay that person and invest them to get help? I just go and do it. I go start using those strategies because I trust that they know something I don't know and I don't need to figure it all out again. So, makes sense? That was a little preachy. I'm not going to lie. That was a little preachy. Yes, I'm right there at the beginning. You nailed it. Thanks so much. 100%. Happy to help. Happy to help my fellow brand strategist. Confirms my thought to go to the golf course in person. Was thinking about that need to take action on it. 100%. Biggest thing for you, Josh, also is going to their networking events. I'm telling you, that's a secret sauce. You might be just like rolling in the hundos. You got to go meet them where they're at and get quantifiable. So don't forget that. Rachel, biggest takeaway for me, nail down who I want to serve, humble flex at every opportunity to raise my price. 100%. And Rachel, again, if you want to talk more, Josh, if you want to talk more, my inbox is open. Holler at me. Josh, I think you need to make a few sales. Rachel, if you want to talk, let's go. All right. Peace out. Bye, guys.